You've probably wondered why some people seem to attract opportunities effortlessly while you keep trying, visualizing, hoping, and nothing really changes. You tell yourself you're doing the right things, you think positively, you set intentions, but deep down, it feels like life isn't responding. The truth is uncomfortable, but freeing. Attraction doesn't begin with wanting more, it begins with aligning who you are with what you want to experience. Most people approach manifestation like a wish list. They focus on outcomes while ignoring their inner state. But reality doesn't respond to wishes, it responds to consistency. What you repeatedly think, feel, and expect sends a signal, and that signal shapes what shows up in your life. Once you understand this, attraction stops feeling random and starts feeling intentional. The first shift happens when you stop chasing and start observing. Pay attention to how you feel during your day. Not the big moments, the small, quiet ones. Are you tense, rushed, dissatisfied even when nothing is wrong? Those emotional patterns matter more than any affirmation. What you live emotionally becomes familiar, and what feels familiar becomes your default reality. Keep this because it's important. One powerful way to begin attracting what you want is to regulate your inner state before taking action. This doesn't mean forcing calm or pretending everything is fine. It means slowing down enough to notice yourself. When your nervous system settles, your expectations soften. And when expectations soften, resistance dissolves. Attraction flows through relaxed certainty, not urgency. Another key shift is changing what you expect, not what you desire. Desire alone creates tension. Expectation shapes behavior. If you expect disappointment, you hesitate. If you expect delay, you stop showing up fully. But when you expect progress, even small progress, your actions become cleaner, more confident. This is how attraction becomes practical instead of emotional. The third tip is learning to act from identity instead of need. Ask yourself this quietly. Who would I be if this were already unfolding? Not what would you do dramatically, but how would you move? How would you speak? How would you treat your time? Small actions taken from aligned identity send a stronger signal than big actions taken from desperation. Pay attention to this. Many people block attraction by constantly checking if it's working. They scan reality for proof, comparing timelines, measuring results. This creates pressure. Pressure communicates lack. When you stop testing life and start trusting your process, something shifts. Trust isn't passive, it's disciplined patience. It's continuing without needing constant reassurance. Another essential element is gratitude, not as politeness, but as positioning. Gratitude places you emotionally in a state of already having. It tells your mind and body that something is working, and whatever you consistently appreciate grows in importance and presence. Gratitude stabilizes your signal and prevents emotional swings that sabotage attraction. The fourth tip is to simplify your focus. Attraction weakens when your attention is scattered. Too many goals, too many desires, too much noise. Choose one direction, one theme, one feeling you want to experience more of. Clarity amplifies attraction. Confusion dilutes it. When your attention aligns, your energy follows. It's also important to understand that attraction doesn't reward intensity, it rewards consistency. Showing up calmly every day beats short bursts of motivation followed by exhaustion. Quality beats quantity because presence amplifies effect. A stable inner rhythm is more powerful than dramatic effort. Many people ignore this. The fifth tip is acceptance of where you are now. This sounds counterintuitive, but resistance slows manifestation. When you fight the present, you send the signal that something is wrong. Acceptance doesn't mean settling, it means stopping the inner war. And when resistance dissolves, reality reorganizes more easily. Notice how often you judge yourself for not being further ahead. That judgment drains energy. Attraction thrives in self-trust, not self-pressure. When you treat yourself as someone who is learning instead of failing, your behavior changes naturally, and behavior shapes outcomes over time. As you apply these shifts, results may not arrive instantly. That's normal. Attraction isn't about speed, it's about alignment stabilizing. When your inner state stops oscillating between hope and doubt, progress accelerates quietly, and suddenly things that felt blocked begin to move. This is where discipline becomes important. Discipline isn't force, it's consistency with your inner state. It's choosing awareness over reaction, presence over panic, and alignment over urgency. Discipline protects the signal you're sending to life. Over time, you'll notice subtle changes. Decisions feel clearer, opportunities feel closer, you feel less desperate and more grounded, not because life becomes easier, but because you're no longer fighting it. Attraction becomes cooperation instead of effort. Remember this, you're not attracting what you want occasionally, you're attracting who you are being consistently. Every day is a signal, every emotional pattern is information. When you align those patterns intentionally, life responds differently. You don't need perfect thoughts, you don't need constant positivity, you need coherence. When what you think, feel, and do point in the same direction, attraction becomes natural. This is how real change begins. Quietly, internally, without pressure. Small shifts, repeated daily, reshape your external reality over time. If you feel stuck, don't ask what's missing, ask what's misaligned. That question alone creates awareness, and awareness is always the first step towards attraction. So start here. Regulate your inner state, align your expectations, act from identity, simplify your focus, accept the present. Attraction always follows alignment. And if this message resonated with you, use this moment intentionally. Like this video as a signal of alignment with what you want to attract. Subscribe to the channel to stay connected with ideas that support conscious growth. Share this video with someone who needs this shift. And comment below what you're currently trying to attract into your life. Clarity begins when intention is expressed.